Again, we are on Travels and Events TV here on YouTube. And on this channel, we have a dedicated playlist where we talk about African values, Africans living in diaspora, uh, African women and men and their children uh, that's in relationship to their marriage. And today, what we're talking about is African women in diaspora that are chasing their husband from home, you know. So, today we're going to address this issue and review the topic, and we will try as much as possible to, not to be biased and to look at it from different angles. We're not here to blame anybody. We are not judge. So we are not coming here, we don't come here to judge anybody, but we're here to review the issue that we've seen that it has become a menace, it has become a serious menace to the world at large, to the society, and the family make up a society. So when the family is doing uh, healthy, a healthy family is a healthy society. So I welcome you again. My name is Rabiu Adeshino, and together I will rely on your feedbacks, on your comments, so that we can do justice to this topic. And the topic is, why are African women chasing away their husbands from home? Who is to be blamed? As far as I am concerned, nobody's to be blamed. But we need, okay, do we need to blame the system? Do we need to blame the culture? But there are so many things we will, we will address. I will make sure that we beam our touchlight on them so that we will be well informed and we'll see things from different perspectives. Okay, for example, I have heard of so many stories, uh, reality, done on so many people that come abroad because there is a sudden change in system, there is a sudden change in the environment, and you need to blend to your new environment. But I tell you, the truth is that wherever you're coming from and wherever you're going to, wherever you migrated to in the Western world, you don't need to drop your values. Values is different from culture, is different from tradition. You don't need to drop the value, especially values that has to do with homes, marriage, because our children, the vulnerable ones, are involved. There are so many stories flying all around about African women becoming, the giants of the house when they come abroad, when they get, into the system in diaspora, because it's strange. It's like it's alien. They are alien to the system, and they just want to leverage on the weakness of the system, that's hold the husband responsible for some things. And in this manner, they are misusing the opportunities. They are taking laws into their hands. Why would you chase away your husband? Simply because you know that the system favors you. Favors women than it favors men. Why would you do that? And back home in Africa, some of them cannot do that. Although we know that some men also go overboard, they go beyond their limits. But what is expected of every one of us, each party, it's we should leverage on the new system and make an utmost use of it, but we shouldn't abuse it in the sense that when you come abroad and you find out that okay, the system favors you as a woman, it doesn't mean that it doesn't change your status. It doesn't make you the man. You are still a woman, but it doesn't make you less a human. It doesn't. You are not a weaker vessel. That's not what I'm saying. But don't take laws into your hand. Don't take it as if you want to you're planning to. I mean, you've been planning ahead to revenge. Now you got the opportunity to revenge your husband, your partner, and you want to take laws into your hands. You want to be even. It amazes me when I see couples, the white couples. We're talking about black. We're black. Our values, but there are white couples that even you see them at their old age, they still work together. They still go out together as old as they are. So what is wrong with us Africans? When we're in Africa, when we're back home in our different countries, we have good relationship in our marriage. But when we get here, the system takes over, and we use that to chastise our partners, especially women. It's getting out of hand. Why would you chase your husband out of the house? Even if there is no more love, you don't need to chase him out of the house. Many instances, maybe the husband is the one paying for the mortgage. And we've heard so many, different kind of stories that is not palatable to the ear. So, women, what is the issue with you that when you get abroad, when you travel abroad, you become the Goliath and you just want to do things beyond limits? You just want to do things beyond limits. And the men too, we're not totally faultless. We're not totally faultless because many men overdo. Yeah, many men overdo because they want to play the role of the typical African man abroad. In Africa, men don't wash plates. We believe that men don't wash plates. Men don't wash clothes. Men don't cook. Men don't sweep the house. Men don't do anything except go to work and fetch for your children and your wife and take care of them. So all we believe in Africa that men do is uh, go out, hustle, bring back the money, and take care of the family. That's all we believe, which is totally wrong. That is why I said that both systems have their excesses. The African system, to a white person, is like a brutal law. It's like, this is brutality. Why would you be beating your children? Why would you be shouting? Why would you be nagging? There are so many excesses in our tradition, in our culture as a black man. So also when you ask a black man, from a perspective of a black man, when you ask a black man about the laws that guide things abroad, he will tell you that there are so many loopholes, vice versa. All we're saying is that if you are opportune to live abroad and you're a black African Negro man or woman, you need to blend the laws and the regulations together and make utmost use of it. Don't abuse it. There are so many things that are wrong in the system here, as much as African system. So all you need to do is to make sure that you don't lose the value, even in the face of you blending both systems together, or you want to choose one, you want to go, but don't use it against your partner. Don't use it against your partner. And your partner should not abuse any opportunity that comes within the marriage. That is all we're saying. There are grants, better grants to solve issues, to resolving issues, than you want it to like, yes, this is my time now. Back in Africa, you can do anyhow, but here you cannot do anyhow. I will deal with you. Yeah, we know the system favors women, But please, women, that is not an avenue for you to abuse your partner and to abuse the marriage. You see, marriage is not just love. Many people make this mistake. We love each other. Marriage is not just love. In fact, it's far, far, far beyond love. In marriage, there is a space for sacrifice. There's a space for forgiveness. There is a space for endurance. There is a space for friendship, and there is a space also for investment. There is a space for training. So it's not an automatic grant for marriage to thrive. That because I love you, you love me. It's beyond that. You have to invest. You have to contribute, and don't let the system see. It's typical of Africans. I mean, couple from Africa migrating to Western world like US, Canada, UK, and all parts of the European country. That when they come here, the tide changes, and it's usual, it's common. But when you have put all those things in place, that's okay, there is chance that we will have conflict, and let us make enough ground for resolving the conflict, forgiveness. You know, let us always check it, and don't let us put emotion all the time, so that we can always meet at that equilibrium point to settle the case. And but at the end of the day, when you find out that there is no more love, friendship can be activated. When the love dies, friendship can be activated, and you carry on from there. But when you're not friends to each other, I mean, from the onset, it's hard. When the love dies or weary, then the whole things start crumbling. So, this message is particularly directed to African women in diaspora. Don't chase your husbands out. Don't let the matter get to that stage. Don't chase them out. Some of them, by God's grace, brought you into the system. Some of them fight for you all the way from Africa, and they brought you into the system. Now you came into the system, you got better work, better job. The husband is now the one at fault. The husband is now the one that does not know how to do it again. Let's talk to ourselves as Africa. Let's talk to ourselves as Africa. There's some things we will talk, the way we will talk, that the other people will not understand. But as African, we understand ourselves. We know our feelings, we know our emotions. So women, don't do it because you want to start collecting money from the government, or because you want to leverage on the welfare of the children, and you want to push that man into slavery. Many men are into depression today because of the singular act. Pardon me. Because of the singular act. Many men have brought trouble into their own life because of this. They regretted it. Please don't be don't let men regret helping or loving you, not helping. I mean, pardon me for using the language. I mean, we help each other, even as it were in marriage, we help each other, we assist each other. So please check it very well. Even when you're married with your husband, you can still be collecting money from the government. There are so many ways to collect money from the government, not when you force yourself to become a single mother. That is not only when you can benefit from the government. Even as married, I mean, a person, you can still collect. I mean, there are so many ways that the government abroad favors women and children. Not until you chase out that man, except you're wicked or you just want to, you have a plan. I mean, you have a pre-plan before that, okay, at so time, I'll chase him out. Because when you get to hear from the women's side, they tell you that, no, abroad, I'm not ready to be, I mean, to be like African woman in Africa that is under a man, and a man will be pushing her all around, do this, do that, wash my clothes. No. And we men, you should learn too. That's why I said I will approach this matter and I will not be biased. I mean, I won't be biased. Men, if you are abroad, you are resident abroad, you need to shed some lifestyle, African lifestyles. You need to shed them. When you if you are if you are resident abroad, you know that you will help your wife. You will help your wife in doing domestic chores. You will help your wife. And thank God there is technology, I mean, advancement. You don't need to use your hand to wash the clothes, but you need to help your wife because both of you contribute to the family. Please let us stop this uneasy in our marriages. Even if there is conflict and each party has to go their different way, it's not a do or die issue. We met at first. So, and there's a saying that we meet to part, we part to meet. You may realize that maybe at the middle of the journey, this journey won't really, it doesn't look healthy for both partners and even for the children. And you have to consider the children. They're vulnerable. They are. There are so many instances where the wife earns more than the husband in salary. And because of that, the woman grows wing and start misbehaving. Different strokes with different folks. There's so many, there are so many cases where the men are the one that is at fault. All we're saying is that we're not judging anybody. But please don't don't do bad to your partner because you know that it will create imbalance for such person. If you chase the man out, we'll have to start looking for house. We'll have to start paying for welfare, and the money at the end of the day. So, my African fellow, please take things easy. Take things easy. I know you are now abroadians, but you are still Africans. Not even if we don't go by color, the blood running in your veins is Africa. The value is still there. Even though you're abroad, you don't beat your children, you don't cane them. There are ways, there are methods you use in scolding them. Maybe by talking to them, you know, by punishing them, by taking those things away from them, you know, and admonishing them. but yet African value still speaks. So on this course, we'll try our best to always reach out to couples that are in conflict. If you have anyone or you want us to contribute, to whatever thing you're passing through in your marriage, you can please send me a mail, and we can talk to ourselves and encourage ourselves. That is all we need. We should allow love to thrive. Even when we are married, let's allow love to thrive. If we are when we are married, let's allow love to thrive. That's the essence of life. So thank you for your time. Until I come your way next time around, my name is Rabio Additional, and we will keep talking about it until we get it right. And I pray that God Almighty will always see us through and our joy will know no bound. Until I come your way next time around, remain blessed. Remember, I love you. Do it the African way, but don't abuse it. God bless you and bye for now.